It's like a man-eater. Once it tastes the blood, a tiger will always be a man-eater. I said, I can't give up racing. So I purchased a new bullet. I started fighting against the factory bullets. We had lovely friends who all raced with us. We all used to go there for coffee in the evenings. And of course, after 8 o'clock, that was totally different. Evening. Hi, I am Badradri. I am an old motor racer, but this is my 175 career. After that, I was selected in the 350 class. 350 class, one gentleman from Bangalore, his name is Gopinath. He came down to Madras, so he met me. Before that, S.R. Subramaniam, he is the director of Enfield, India. He rang up, he is a good friend of my uncle. So he said, your nephew is riding very well, why not you join our team? Then uncle told me, why not you ride for Enfield, India? Since it's Madras and they are known to us, I said, yes, I will go there. Then I was interviewed, and my good friend Bhaskar Rao, he was the rider for Enfield, India, and very good rider, a good friend of mine, my guru I can say. So we both are riding for Enfield, India. So we both are selected to go to Sri Lanka. So we both completed in 350 class. I came third, completed third in the short race. It was a good race. It was tuned by Prithvi Baveja. Then after I came back, my place was taken by a better rider, I can say, Subhash Chandra Bose. He took my bike. So they thought I will retire. So I said, it's like a man-eater. Once it tastes the blood, a tiger will always be a man-eater. I said, I can't give up racing. So I purchased a new bullet. I started fighting against the factory bullets. And factory bullet had a plus point, many plus points. It had aluminum wheels and better braking system. Those days we didn't have disc brakes for that speed. We were doing about 160 on a bullet. Impossible, impossible. And we are using 10.5 piston. Original was 6.5. And one more thing to tell everybody, I was the first person to use a Mikuni carburetor. Those days, I was the first person to bring a Mikuni carburetor, 36 mm, and we don't know how to fix it. We brought a rubber tube. We mounted on a rubber tube. They said it might come out. In the trials, once it came out. So somehow I succeeded. Put it, and the acceleration was fantastic with a 10.5 ratio piston with this. And I was competing with Subhash Chandra Bose and Bhaskar Rao. We three will be 1, 2, 3 unless some bikes fail. It is just like donkey fighting, racing with the horses. And finally Bhaskar retired, went off to Libya. We both were racing till the last. And one particular race, this is the Grand Prix. I was leading. Overall I was leading. This is overconfidence. I should stuck to my class. Those days 175, 250, 350 and the open class 500, 750, unlimited. All will be put together. How many bikes? About 60 bikes. So when I leading, in front of me Chandra Di Costa, he was riding a Kawasaki. He was coming first. Behind me, one Norton Manx, ridden by Gina Dasa. He was riding that bike. When he got up, I think somebody touched me, or I went for a, what do you call that, wobble. So I hit a tire, broke my ankle. So somehow I managed, I didn't fall. With my experience, somehow I escaped. Slowly went to the last U-bend, pulled out my helmet. I asked the ambulance to come. I was carried to the hospital with a broken ankle. So this is my experience in the 350 class. Now, I took part in the Bombay races. It was also a good track. I completed third, I think. Then after that I didn't take part in there was no races in Bombay. There was some accident. After that they cancelled the races. There was no races in Bombay. Then took part in the Calcutta races, but it was a very bad track. Pellets were hitting our helmets. Pellets means stones, small stones, pebbles. So very interesting thing I want to talk about that. Subhash Chandra Bose was, as usual, he was in front of me. I was about 50 yards just behind him. I can't even overtake in the track, very difficult track. Whoever takes the lead is the winner in the track. So just behind him, it was 20 laps race. Just before the finish, he shut the throttle. So because no point in again pushing the vehicle, so even I closed the throttle. As soon as I closed the throttle, just before the finish, just behind me was Papu Ramasamy on a SD. He whizzed past me and he overtook Babu, also finished first. So I reminded of the hare and the tortoise race. So it is true what happened. It's not the old theory. It's a thing, real thing. What happened to us? So the thing is, don't be overconfident. Till you finish, you're not sure of winning the race. Till the last, you fight the battle. That is the moral of the story. After Sholavaram races, Pongal holidays used to be cricket holidays. After that, used to be the Sholavaram races. After Sholavaram, used to be the Nadhi Hills race. So that January, February, everybody will be fully occupied. One side cricket, one side race, Madras racing, again Bangalore racing. So we all went to see how it was. And we had no match to the Bangalore riders because more practice they had. Every holiday, every Sundays, they used to go there and practice. It was something new, the track was something new for us, and it was risky. You need guts to ride there, and it was risky, and it was quite cold, it was very chill. And races, they used to have a morning round about 7 o'clock. And coming from a hot place, going to a cold place, I was just thinking about the olden days when I used to race in Delhi. It was a tough race. Somehow I completed, I came first there, I had the best timing. And next year also they called me. I didn't have much competitions there, so I didn't want to go. But I can rate among all the Indian riders, Bangalore riders were the best in the hill climb. After the Sholavaram races, we got an invitation from the Sri Lanka government because their racing is being recognized just like how cricket is recognized in India. Sri Lanka, they gave first priority for racing those days. And they had very good riders and drivers. Very good drivers. So here 4 of us were selected from India, 4 or 5. Bhaskar Rao, me and Prithvi Baveja from the Enfield team and Ashok Krishnan from Java. So we 4 went there. Those days bikes can't be airlifted like now what's happening now. We have to send it by train. It will go to Dhanashkodi. From there we have to transport it in a boat. And from there they'll charge 100 rupees for the ferry or 150 up and down. So all the mechanics with all the assistants, the bike used to go there. Then we used to take it in a vehicle, go to the Katanaika airstrip. That's a defense airstrip next to the main airport. One side planes will be landing and taking off and we'll be riding our bikes. It will be so scary. And we had a wonderful time. And hospitality in the entire world, I can say Sri Lankans are the best. They looked after us so well, thanks to the entire team. And the government, the whole thing was sponsored by the government. And we were treated so well. And there's a good track. We raced in the 350 class and I completed the 3rd in the 350 class. After racing, suddenly I said, why can't I put my foot on the rallying? Rallying is also equally tough, more tedious. If it rains, what will happen? It's a very tough thing. And time and distance. Speed alone, you can't win a rally. You should coordinate with the navigator. I had a fantastic navigator. His name is Ravi Thalam. And there was no classification for the rally. Right from 150cc up to 500cc were allowed. And it was slightly fast rally. It's called the Wills Filter rally. Many entries, hundreds of bikes were there. It was very, very tough rally. Actually, I came first by some points. They took an average. I lost by about 1 or 2 points. I have completed second. Very tough rally, and I'm proud to say that I completed second in the rally. But it's not that easy. Rally is totally different. There, it's only mind, time, and distance, not speed. After I come back from Sholavaram, we all used to meet, drive-in, Woodlands. We all used to meet there, exchange what happened, what went wrong, how we fared. So it was very, very friendly. Though we were competitors, we never used to fight. And they were advanced in taking the timings. They say, you made a mistake in the second lap, why you made a mistake. So minutely, some of my good friends used to note down and used to correct us. And we used to take everybody's advice. Earlier they used to say, too many cooks spoil the broth. I like to take advice from everybody. Take that advice. So we were very, very friendly, and we had lovely friends who all raced with us. We all used to go there for coffee in the evenings. And of course, after 8 o'clock, that was totally different. Evening followed by something else. So I like to thank my friends Ramanathan, then another good friend who was my teammate, Ravi Krishnan. Now, it was also a great help for us for transporting. He was my teammate also. Along with him, Vetrivel. So even he was my teammate I forgot to talk about Vetrivel. Even he was a good rider and a good shooter also. He was in my team. Thanks to all my friends who helped me in my racing career, who was with me till the last. When you start off with first gear, the second gear has to be in the leg. The third gear has to be in the hand. Then again fourth gear in the leg. Fifth gear in the hand. Sixth gear in the leg. So very, very tricky combination. And so this is the six-speed gearbox. Nobody knew about that vehicle. Hello. My name is Badradri. They call me Buddy. I'm an old motor racer. The racing is being fully covered by Criss Cross. Please subscribe for Criss Cross. Thank you.